Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Who Are You podcast. I'm your host, Connor Overbay. If this is your first time checking out the podcast, welcome, welcome, welcome. Always happy to have a new listener, a new watcher, mix of anything that you guys check us out on, whether it's through the audio platforms or the video platforms. Speaking of those, if you guys want to give us a follow, a like, a subscribe, a 5-star rating, make sure you guys give us a follow on all of our social media. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod from everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the normal spots. You guys know where to find us nowadays. Also, if you guys want to check us out on the YouTube, it's going to be Who Are You podcast. You guys will be able to see all of our video side of things, and also we're looking into making some more behind the scenes videos as well. Yeah. So make sure you guys give us a subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff on there. But today, you guys see I'm sitting down with the wifey, sitting down for another Sunday hangout, another good time. We got a good show for everybody.
Yes, of course. Excited to be back.
It's been a crazy week in America.
It has been a very crazy week in America.
Yeah, say from all the division.
Well, not even just America, the whole world.
It has been. It's been a wild situation. I'm sure you guys are all aware. The United States just had their election, and it doesn't matter what side you're on. There was all kinds of crazy stuff. Some people were happy. Some people were pissed off. It is what it is. That's the way I look at it. It's not like I'm not really on either side. I'm more on the side that's just going to make America work again and get us better economy and all that kind of stuff. So I guess
that's the good thing about America. Everyone has a free choice.
Yeah, we'll see what these next 4 years bring and everything. And all I hope for is just lower prices, lower taxes, and everything else. Just hopefully make it possible for us to, as 25, 26-year-olds, to hopefully be able to buy a house soon.
Yes, start getting into our American dream living.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, And there's one side was freaking out. There's a lot of people screaming into their phones.
Yes, crying
and that's the thing about it is I find it so crazy how the world gets so divided so quickly, but it's
right.
It's there's people talking about how they hate one side and they hate the people who voted, and then the other side is saying some other stuff. It's just damn, people, gotta relax a little bit. It's not that serious.
And that's the whole thing that I was actually talking to you about this weekend as well. Is America's always talking about how we're a melting pot. Everyone has their own choice. They can, make their own decisions, and we can all live together. Mm-hmm. And then we come to election time, and everyone is, no, you're on that side. Don't talk to me. And
yeah, it's one of those things. It's ridiculous, to be honest with you, to hear how people get so riled up about this. And what you should be hoping for is this person, obviously Trump won, and whatever side you're on that kind of thing. People are pissed off saying the world's going to end and all that. And at the end of the day, we just got to hope that he does the right thing and works for us. You know what I mean? These people who are just hating against a person, it's at the end of the day, that person's going to affect all of us, not just you, all of us.
Right. And either way, whoever would have won, the other side would have been affected. Everyone gets affected. Mm-hmm. And, I was talking to Megan about it. I was I feel like no matter who wins, it's just how election time goes. Yeah. There's always people that are going to be upset. There's always people that are going to be super happy. And the choices that either one of them would have made affects everyone.
Yeah, and this whole thing where people are texting me who'd you vote for? Who'd you vote for? I'm like, man, get the fuck out of my phone. And it's it's not that serious. One, I don't have to tell you, and two, it's I don't want to have these conversations with people who are so riled up about it. That's the main thing is I'm not trying to have a heated debate. Nowadays you can't even have a conversation with people without someone wanting to throw shit across the table or whatever it is.
And it doesn't get anything accomplished.
No. We should be able to have a not easy, but we should be able to have a reasonable conversation, talk to each other respectfully. Yeah. Just because you may not agree, there's people who we've had on the podcast where they say something and maybe I don't personally agree with it, but doesn't mean I'm going to jump across the freaking couch or the chair and go attack them over something like that.
Right, because everyone's entitled to their own opinions and their own thoughts. So, there is no reason to start an argument over something like that. But I understand, some coworkers were talking, and one of them was I don't understand why everyone's don't talk to me if they voted for different people. And one of my other coworkers had mentioned that it's the American freedom to vote, and that's why people get so riled up. It's your choice.
Yeah.
But I don't kind of don't understand. That's the whole thing. It's your choice. So why are you so mad about someone else's?
Yeah, and it also shows you for example, I think a certain way, and it shows me how some people think differently than I do. And it reminds you, because certain people have things that are a lot more important to them on, like, whether it's a specific ideology or an idea or, you know, a right that we have in the United States compared to others where they find other things important. And it kind of just shows you that, you know, we're all the same but different at the same time, where, you know, we all think differently. Like, my brain works differently than yours does, you know, and my way of thinking about it is, like, even my friend group, you know, on like bigger topics, like, you know, the whole abortion thing or, you know, women's rights, whatever it is kind of thing. Everybody has different ideas of what, you know, they think is right. And even in my friend group, you know, I know that we all don't agree on everything. That's just not how a human being works. You know, we're all going to have a different opinion on something in this world we're going to have a different opinion on. And it doesn't, like, even my friends, we'll sit there and talk about it, but we don't go throwing blows at each other about it. It's not that serious. It's just like, I have a difference of opinion. You have a difference of opinion. We can agree to disagree. And, like, you know, we have these, like, we say our piece on why we agree or why we think of these things, and that's just what it is. You're putting your thought process out there into the world, and it's okay. You don't have to agree on every single thing.
Well, it'd be kind of weird if everyone agreed on every single thing. Like, that's kind of more where people, not people, but just like, if everyone was exactly the same, thought the same things, that would be as if everyone's like made, like they're brainwashed and all that. Like, that'd be weird.
Yeah, and it comes down to like a couple of things. Like, obviously, I've said on this podcast where, like, I'm not personally religious, and you know, like, you have some ideology where you feel, you know, I don't think you're like a Bible thumper or anything like that, but you have your ideas on religion that are different than mine. There's nothing wrong with it. We're married.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay, and that's like the way I kind of think about it, is like, we're okay having different parts of us, and that's what makes us our own individual human being. And I feel like that's what gets lost in this. Like, people choose teams and they get aggressive about it. So it's just like, I don't know. It's not like that for me personally. And that's just me. You know, obviously some people feel very strongly about it, and then there's other people who think the world are going to end.
I know. Yeah, but, you know, it's the same thing every election time. So there's nothing we can do about it now. The results are what they are, and we're just going to have to learn and evolve as, you know, things change. And that's how it is every time.
I mean, the people spoke. I'll say
that is true.
It was a red wave this year, and
that map was very interesting to look at.
It was, and I mean, at the end of the day, the people spoke. So you got to go with what the people want, and it wasn't just white people. It wasn't just African Americans or Hispanics or whatever it was. It was literally everybody.
Yeah, and literally the whole world. Like, I remember one of my Facebook friends was posting all, like, a bunch of other countries were posting about who they think should win and, you know, support for America, things like that. So it does affect more than just our country.
Well, we are one of the biggest economies in the world.
Yeah.
We, you know, and like multiple countries take in our culture as well, whether it's through movies, fashion, you know, whatever it is. They look at us because we are, you know, we're one of the most fruitful countries in the world. You know, there's also bigger countries like China and Russia and all of that. Speaking of that, you know, there's like, they were talking about, since Trump got elected, it's been funny to see a lot of wars have gotten suspended there. I was like, oh, I was like, so
wanting to finally resolve and trying to come to a agreement of a sort.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, either side you're on. Like I said, I'm not trying to make this political in any way, shape, or form. We're just talking about a big thing that happened in the United States. It's a huge thing, you know, presidential election. It's going to be an interesting 4 years to see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, whatever side of the coin you're on, I'm sure there's people who are listening to this and are like, oh, fuck Trump, blah, 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 you know, but vice versa.
Like, that's not what we're about. We don't, you know, want to support either one specifically. We just want to have a conversation about what's been going on.
I mean, my whole thing is just about who's going to make the country work for us. That's what it is. You know, I'm tired of paying, you know, me and Shannon just went and got a thing for our potluck. We got a bunch of food for some white chicken chili, and it was damn near $100. Like, come on, man.
Like, it's like one meal.
It's ridiculous. $100. Yeah, like gas and all that kind of stuff. But no, it's going to be an interesting 4 years. I'm excited to see what happens and, you know, see where we go from it. You know, I'm sure there's still going to be division and blah, 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 blah. People are going to still be fighting it.
But the world keeps turning.
It does. I still have to go to work the next day. You know what I mean? You still have to get up and get dressed to go to work. It's not like I can really do too much about changing things. So.
Right.
But it'll be interesting. And then, today we're having a fun thing where my friends are throwing a potluck. We call Friendsgiving. Shout out to TJ, Trenton, Nolan, Cam. Who else is going to be there? Chad's going to be there. Caesar. All the boys are going to be there. So
my girls are working apparently, but they should be showing up after they get off work.
I'll say Alex should be there after work. I don't know if Jamie's going to be there today. She may not be.
Yeah.
But we decided to make
now that it's finally November, we can do Thanksgiving things.
Exactly. I say I'm happy that I love this time of year. This is the holiday season. We're getting into that time of year where people are making food, getting together, have a good time. This is my favorite thing about being older, not older, but adults. We can go out and have fun with our friends, and we can throw parties together and just go have a good time. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of drinking, like most of my friends' events and everything, but it's gonna be fun. We decided to make white chicken chili. It's gonna be interesting. It's
a new recipe for us.
Yeah, we've never made it before, and it's something I'm interested in to see how it turns out. But it's like so it's like chicken thighs, like oregano, paprika, green chilies, what's that sauce?
Enchilada
sauce. Yeah, green enchilada sauce,
bone broth,
and then you throw in the crock pot. I'm having a hard time speaking today. You throw in the crock pot for about 3-4 hours, and I'm excited to see.
It's smelling good. That's for sure.
I was you guys can't see off the side of the camera, but our kitchen's over there, and it's cooking up and making the house smell good. So I'm excited to try it out. But I think the boys, like Nolan's making an Oreo pie.
That sounds so good. I have not had Oreos in so long.
I'm excited for it. It's gonna be yummy. And then he's making sweet potato casserole, or I think his mom's making it for him, which, hey, no hate,
nothing wrong with that.
Wrong. Say Miss Jennifer makes some good food. Shout out to Miss Jennifer. Cam's making bacon wrapped asparagus. TJ's making mac and cheese, and then I think Trent's making a turkey, and Caesar I think is making short ribs, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, I think that's what they said. Yeah,
which I'm excited about, and go try some new stuff and go see. This is like a tradition for our friend group where we've done it for the past 4 or 5 years now. We've been doing it for a little bit.
Definitely not traditional Thanksgiving foods, but
no, but I think it's cool where everybody, tries their hand in making something. So I like that.
I like the different varieties that we all get. Yeah. And then obviously we'll have Thanksgiving at the end of the month with the families, and that'll be more traditional, stuffing, things like that.
It's going to be weird this year. Your mom's not in Florida anymore. She moved up to Ohio.
Yeah, that is true. We always had 3 houses to go to every, holiday, and now it's going to be 2. So it's not going to be as busy packed, but it's going to be definitely weird.
Yeah, I was used to going to her house. We've been together for 7-8 years now, so I was used to going there every year, and it's kind of wild to be like one of our first years of not being at their house for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Obviously, these next years coming up, we will be making our trips out there.
Yeah, we got to obviously split some time, make some trips.
This was just recently that she moved up there, so we just weren't kind of financially prepared for all that.
Definitely not. And then obviously with my car wreck and everything, that didn't help. But
that was not fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're healing up. You're doing well.
But yeah, it'll be nice to, have some different weathers, some come in these next few years. I know you like the fall time, and
I like the change of leaves and everything. I don't like snow per se, but I do like the changing of
the cold will be difficult. But
yeah. It'll be all good. We'll get it taken care of. Go hang out with the family and everybody, see what's up. Mm-hmm. But speaking of that, we were talking about your accident and all that, and you got a new car.
I did. I got a brand new car, actually.
Look at us being grown-ups.
Didn't need a cosign or anything, so definitely excited. And it's been a couple days with it, so I'm still learning some features and everything just because it is brand new. I have no owners before me. Like, that's crazy for me to think about.
It's pretty sweet. It's a brand new Kia. The Kia Seltos. It's a sweet looking car.
Yeah.
It has on the screen, it's all electric now. And the car itself is gas powered, but everything inside of it, it's crazy to see all the gadgets and shit that they've added to cars nowadays.
Definitely.
The whole dash is basically a long screen. Your odometer's a screen. And
so there's a screen in front of my steering wheel, which is the mileage, speed, fuel, all that stuff. And then as it kind of extends, it turns into the radio near the middle. So definitely cool and interesting to see.
I think it's pretty freaking sweet. And like I said, you were able to get a brand new car. Literally, it had 29 miles on it, which is kind of wild to think, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very wild to think, but I'm very thankful that I was able to do such a thing. Obviously we had to put some down, and payments that got to pay it off eventually, but to be able to get it.
I mean, as people know from the podcast, we're not millionaires.
No.
We're not able to go just buy a car outright or anything, but it should feel good. It's a part of growing up, and, we work our asses off to make this money. What's the point of not being able to spend some of it, obviously?
Very true.
Savings important, but also you need a car. You got to be able to get, you got to be able to get places. So
I remember my insurance called me, but like the day before I got this car, and they're like, "Hey, just wanted to see how you're doing, and then, do you plan on getting a new car, or are we canceling the policy?" I was like, definitely not canceling. I definitely plan on getting a new car. Just gotta find what I can manage.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see. I like the car itself. It's comfortable. It fits my big ass in it. So that's one of the more important things.
Definitely a lot of space to it. One of the really cool things that I thought was the trunk. Mm-hmm. The floor of it is like a 2-level floor. So, where the spare tire is, you can pull that part up and like slide it out and move it either up or down.
Yeah, to make more space so it's deeper rather than just being the one flat space kind of thing.
Because it can be, on the top level where if you put the back seats down, it's all like the same level. But like you said, if you needed something deeper, you can move it down, and I never knew that was a thing. So
I didn't know it was a thing either, personally. So no, it's freaking sweet. So congrats to you.
Thank you.
Making big girl moves. Grown woman moves.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what I learn about it over the next coming months and days.
We got all kinds of stuff going on. I got some interviews coming up for a new job, hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully I can get into something new.
Yeah.
So I'm looking into going to trade school, actually. Was looking into going into like HVAC, electrical work and all that. I'm sure people who watch the podcast for a while knew I worked in pest control and all that stuff for a while. And just decided, I don't know, I miss working outside, I guess. It's like sitting in the office space is a little weird for me. So it would be cool to, hopefully, like I said, see what this job entails. And hopefully I can get in there and work my butt off and move my way up, see what we can do. But,
it'll be good for you. I know we were talking about, like, you had been talking about going back to school, but I feel like traditional school, there's just nothing that fits you. Like, you're a very busybody, your mind's always working. So I think trade school, learning, a new skill, something with your hands.
Yeah, I like working with my hands and going outside and doing stuff. I don't know, I guess sitting behind the desk is weird for me. I'm always kind of up and talking to people, meeting new people, and jiving, moving and jiving a little bit. So it'll be cool. It'll be interesting to learn a new thing. Obviously, I've never built a house before or anything like that. The most construction stuff I've done in the past is, building decks with my buddies and helping out in little projects here and there. And my dad taught me some stuff when I was younger, but haven't. We don't own a home, so it's not like we've had to do any projects or anything like that. So
that is true. So in the coming years, when we get a house, maybe that'll be a new segment new series on the show. We'll talk about our projects going on.
We can video that. Those make some good videos. Interior, what's it called?
Interior design.
Designing, and what's it when you tear everything apart?
Oh,
refurbish? No. I mean, refurbishing that's when you like fix something that's old, but I guess that's demolition is what I'm thinking.
I was going to say,
that's not wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you basically, what a lot of people do is try to add value to their home. So if they ever do decide to move out, they have all that.
Yeah.
So,
well, it just makes me think of like all the stuff your mom has done to her house. Because obviously we've been together a long time. So I saw what it was like when we first met, and then the whole transformation process of it, tearing down walls, building things,
brand new kitchen,
new doors and everything, like the whole process. So yeah, very cool.
We're hoping they leave that house to us, but that's just a secret between us, even though I've said it to them multiple times. But we'll see. It's a beautiful house. They've done a lot of good work to it, and I mean, that's, like I said, that's why you work your butt off, so you can make where you live how you want it to be.
Yeah, you make it a home, not just a house.
Well, that's my thing, is like, my goal is whenever we have a home, I would love to be able to, build a podcast studio, like a full setup podcast studio, which would be cool, be able to have like stuff from the ceilings, lighting, all that kind of stuff, soundproof it and all that. I think that'd be cool. And like, obviously you guys saw the set that we built here, and we worked our butt off on it, but it's not like tearing down walls or anything. But
just imagine what we could do with a whole room,
a literal room.
Exactly.
Or I've always thought it would be cool to have like a separate building, like a small, like not
a shed,
not even a shed, but like like they have those. I'm trying to even think about it. Like, you see them on like Home Depot and stuff. Those real big sheds are like 2 levels almost. You know what I'm talking about? On the outside of Home Depot.
2 levels.
Yeah, there's stuff there. There's like 2 level sheds, and they're like probably like 300 square feet.
Yeah.
So like a decent, not small, but not huge.
Right.
And be able to put that in the corner. I would love to be able to have like a bar in there, but a golf simulator in there, the podcast studio.
Well, we've talked about like if we can build our like dream house and everything, we would have a whole, like a separate, not building, because that's the wrong word, but a small, area where we could have our games, you have a video game room, I'll have a room for my puzzles and everything.
Like an entertainment space, I guess is what I'm thinking about it. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Hangout area.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main goal. I think it'd be cool to be able to have that, and also, a place for where the kids can go hang out and do their thing and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, much in the future. We'll see what happens there. But I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, so we'll see what comes.
Exactly. Did you want to move into our top 3 segment? Say we're, getting into the holidays.
Yeah.
So our top 3 segment this week, obviously you guys know this is our Sunday hangout tradition of always doing a top 3. So our top 3 segment this week is going to be top 3 foods that are brought to like either potlucks or hangouts or any of that kind of stuff, since we're going to our potluck today for the Friendsgiving. So we're going to do our top 3 foods that are brought that you get excited for when you see those at the cookout.
All right, well, I have top 3s and I do have an honorable mention. I don't know if you made one of those, but
I didn't make an honorable mention. But do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
I'll go first. All right.
I'm interested to see what you chose.
I mean, I got some simple ones. There's always a good simple one. So number 3 for me is a good mac and cheese.
Okay.
A good creamy mac and cheese is always good.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, something dank like that always hits. I got to think here. So I'm going more off the dome right here. So
And also, when you say mac and cheese, you mean like homemade mac and cheese with like the crust on top, right?
It doesn't have to have like breadcrumbs or anything like that, but like a nice homemade mac and cheese. I do like when like Chick-fil-A mac and cheese where it has the melted cheese on top of it, where it's like a little like crust up there. That's pretty dank in my opinion.
Granted, I'd be fine with Kraft mac and cheese, but I know you don't like that. So.
I know. Number 2. This is kind of a food, but it's also a beverage. I like when like jungle juice or a punch is made.
Okay.
Like you know that what's that punch that your mom makes?
It's like a sherbet punch.
Yeah, that sherbet punch is dank. I say that stuff.
Christmas time.
Oh yeah, that stuff's always
100%.
good. Always good. And my number 1, it has to be like a protein. It has to be one of the meats.
Okay.
So that has to be a thing. I mean, I'm probably gonna say more like barbecue food is really one of my styles. Like a pulled pork, number 1. If I see that there, that's always on top.
Yeah.
And then my honorable mentions can be a good coleslaw.
Interesting.
I like coleslaws.
I didn't think you really liked coleslaw other than when your mom's makes it.
I like coleslaw.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. There's more specific ones. I like a sweeter coleslaw.
Yeah.
There's ones that are all like more like vinegar based, and I'm more of like a sweet like mayonnaise style coleslaw rather than like bitter or like sour. That's not really my style.
Understandable. I mean, I like coleslaw, so I have nothing wrong with that.
Understand.
So I actually have all different foods.
There we go. We did good.
Yeah.
We did good this time.
So for my number 3, I put deviled eggs.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love deviled eggs.
Forgot about deviled eggs. Those do hit. Those do smack. You're not wrong.
Definitely around this holiday time, they come out a lot more. I know your mom specifically is like, no, those are a Christmas thing, right?
Yeah.
And so it's very rare that we get it from her, but I love deviled eggs.
Those are a good choice. I forgot about deviled eggs.
Yep.
Good call.
So number 2, I went with a dessert. I went with brownies.
Ooh.
Just because I feel like we don't buy brownies often,
No.
but typically around the holidays, you see more brownies at potlucks and things like that. So a nice, warm, gooey brownie.
I like that.
Number 2.
Good call.
My number 1, I put cheesy potatoes.
Ooh, those do smack. Those do fucking
we
smack.
have it every holiday. And then, we're going to have to be the ones that have to make it now since my mom's up in Ohio.
You're not wrong. Those do freaking smack. A good cheesy potato. Shannon's mom makes the best ones.
Yes.
In my opinion, those things are fucking fire.
So those are my number 1. I love cheesy potatoes. And then my honorable mention, because we typically take it to all of our friends' potlucks, is a buffalo chicken dip.
Yes, that's always a dank one. I do love a good buffalo chicken dip, but that's like an all season kind of thing. Like a lot of times it's football season, but it is a good choice. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I thought, obviously we are doing something different today. We're doing the white chicken, but buffalo chicken dip is,
I think it's a good call. I like buffalo chicken dip, and they say it smacks every time.
Yeah.
You don't like it with the blue cheese on there, though.
Do not,
I love blue cheese on there. I think that stuff's so good.
I'm not a blue cheese fan. Sorry to anyone who loves it, but speaking of, my sister dressed as blue cheese for Halloween. Just want to throw that
Interesting.
in there.
There was
There
was a lot of interesting costumes this year.
There was, for sure.
I saw like 10,000 girls were dressed up as the Hawk Tuah girl.
Really?
Oh my God, there was like all kinds
I didn't know that was a costume. I didn't see anything about that.
There was a lot of Hawk Tuas out there. And I was like, oh, interesting.
That is very interesting.
Spit on that thing.
Oh my gosh.
What?
No, I mean, that's an interesting costume. I know at my work, we dressed up and all went out to get some food. There was like 4 of us that were cats, but
I mean, you know, work.
it's typical.
It's work dress up, especially for a girl. That's the easy way.
Yeah, definitely. So, but
I don't even know. Like, we didn't really participate too much in like Halloween this year. We had so much stuff going on, and like no parties, or at least not in our friend group. No like Halloween parties were really thrown.
There's just been so much going on, and then also like I feel like trick or treating was different this year. Like, not many people. I mean, at least not around here, because our neighborhood did a trunk or treat near our pool.
We also live in an apartment, though.
Yeah, I know, but we have houses in the back, and I don't think your dad said they had many visitors back there. So
yeah, I guess that's true, and it depends on the neighborhoods that you go to. Like when I grew up, I went to like Hodges, and you know they always had they had a big thing. They also have the elementary school right there. They used to do a fall festival every year, and that was
fall festivals are great.
Yeah, that was a huge thing when I was a kid. I remember walking around there with like my buddies like Nolan and all my friends I grew up with, and that was a huge thing. They would have rides, they would have like blow up things that you can go run through, like obstacle courses and like hay rides, stuff like that. That stuff was sweet back in the day. I don't even know if they still do that anymore. Even Kernan, where my middle school was, they did that for a long time as well.
I remember when I grew up in Ohio, I mean, we lived across the street from our church, and they always did a huge fall festival with like blow up, like obstacle courses and, fun games like ring toss, things like that. So it's definitely a fun time.
Yeah, like I said, I love when holiday seasons come up. I know there's some people where holiday season's a little hard for them, which I understand.
Yeah, of course.
But I love doing the holiday stuff, just being able to get out there and, like Christmas, is, as I've said on here 1,000 times, Christmas is my favorite holiday of the year. I think it's fun being able to put up the trees together, doing all that kind of stuff. The one thing I will say, though, is they keep putting out freaking decorations earlier and earlier each year. It's ridiculous. I'm like, Jesus, people.
We were in Publix today, and they had gingerbread houses out.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, dude, we haven't even had Thanksgiving yet. It's like, we still got time.
Yeah, but, people get super excited for the holidays, so.
One thing I did forget to put on my top 3 list that I fucked up on, cheese ball.
Your mom's cheese ball.
Not even just a cheese ball in general.
Cheese ball in general,
or a nice charcuterie board.
We need to start making cheese balls and learn to, get into that.
Yeah.
But I guess we don't really have people over often. So.
No, I mean, we always, we have our 1-bedroom apartment, so it's not like we have a shit ton of space. We kind of just be hanging out, nothing too much. True. But a lot of times we're invited over to other people's places and just kind of go do that. Plus, we got Copper, which we love Copper to death, but he's weird with people for some reason. I don't understand why.
And I feel like it's not recent per se, but I feel like he's gotten weirder with people now that we have them coming to our house more. I feel like it would be the opposite, where he's getting more used to random people coming, but I don't know.
I think it's also, as we said, we don't have people over a lot, so maybe he's just not as used to having people over and stuff.
That's true.
He's a little skittish. He likes to hang out with us, but he also likes to he'll go sit in his cat tree for 3 hours and sleep. Won't even move.
It's like he pretty much has his 5 or so spots that he likes to lay around the apartment, and most of them he can see us either at the couch or in our room or something.
Yeah, he's just watching. He's just so.
I feel like as long as he's on the bed or whatever, as long as he can see us, he's like, yep, I'm good.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna love you from afar.
Yeah,
don't want to be right next to you, but I do love you.
He'll wake up from a nap and come get some pets, and then be like, okay, I'm done with you.
He's a freaking weirdo, and that cat sheds more than any freaking any person I've ever met in my life. I swear, he's a small cat, or not small, but he's like this big, and our whole house is covered in hair. But don't let Shannon lie to you, she freaking sheds too. I'll be pulling hairs from my shorts and stuff like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I do shed, but not as much as Copper.
Or put it in the comments, for everybody who dates a woman or is married to a woman, do they do the whole shower thing where they put their hair on the wall?
All women do that.
I find that so fucking weird. It's basically like Chewbacca is on the wall. And
all women shed, and all women, we don't want it getting stuck on our body as we're showering, so we're going to put it on the wall.
Yeah, and then I freaking clean our shower drain, and it gets clogged every freaking month.
No, because I try and collect it once it,
Keyword, try.
Yeah, sometimes I forget.
And then I'll get in there, and it's all over the wall. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Well, you can clean it up and put it in the trash rather than going down the drain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so that's always an option. But yeah, if you guys want to comment on women and their hair, feel free.
How dare women do this?
We all know it's facts, so.
Facts, big facts.
Yep. I love the video where the woman was like, the man said, "Hey, clean your hair out of the drain," and she made a heart on the wall.
Ugh. Ugh. That's freaking.
It's like the drain's clean, and now it's a heart on the
gross.
wall. It was hilarious. It is kind of gross.
I'm not like grossed out by a lot of stuff, but like wet, soppy hair that's in a drain. Ugh, it smells.
That is gross. I agree.
It's just,
but
it's tough.
I feel like on the wall, not taking it from the drain and putting it on the wall, but me just putting it on the wall isn't as bad.
I don't know, dear. It's a tough look. It's a tough look. But did you want to move into our top 3 segment for this week?
We
or not
just
top
did
3,
our
excuse
top
me.
3. Would you rather?
Would you rather?
Yes.
Sorry, got confused
Yeah,
there.
we can do a would you rather.
All right.
You said you had a weird one.
It's not actually, this one's not even bad. It's more of one where you actually have to think about it a little bit. But
all of yours are random. You really got to think about it.
Well, this one's not like the one where you're like, if you have backwards knees or your arms don't work or whatever it is, or if there's a person in your attic. This is more of I feel like a tamed question for it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So mine, whenever I'm creating mine, I always think of what I know you would have an opinion on. Mm-hmm. So this one specifically, and I know there's probably plenty of people who might have a hard time deciding. Would you rather give up sweets for a whole year or give up caffeine for a whole year?
Ooh, that's tough. I survive on both of them.
I know.
That's tough. I'm a big sweets guy, but I'm also a caffeine fiend.
And it's a whole year. So, like, you got to think brownies, cookies, cake, anything,
Ooh.
or, your energy drinks.
I'd probably be ripped if I stopped eating sweets, to be honest with you, and, like, just lived off caffeine. I'd probably be so skinny.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, I'll just look like cracked out, probably, because I drink energy drinks, like Celsius, shout Celsius. I'll say I drink those things religiously. Those things wake me up in the morning, help me.
But you also have sweets almost every day.
I do. So do you as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would probably give up sweets over the caffeine.
Really?
Yeah, because I drink caffeine so frequently, and if I need to pick me up, I need it. Where
definitely.
Sweets, I could it would suck, but I would survive without them. You know what I mean? I feel like caffeine when it comes to going to work or say I'm whether going to the gym or or I'm going golfing. I always drink an energy drink before I go golfing because I need something to wake me up, and I feel like I have more attention on it. Now, if you would ask me about the nicotine thing, you guys know I love my Zins. That would have been a hard one. Caffeine or nicotine off of the Zins. I'm like, ooh, it's tough.
I thought about putting Zins down, but then I was also thinking I got to make it for everyone. Not everyone uses Zins or
You're not wrong.
The nicotine. So I figured sweets and caffeine are a pretty common thing amongst most people. So.
Which one would you choose?
Honestly, I would probably give up caffeine.
Really?
Yeah, because I'll drink a Celsius daily whenever we have them, but it's not like I need it to survive. I don't drink caffeine every single day, but I don't think. Because I don't drink coffee.
If we have Celsiuses in the house, though, you drink one every day.
Yeah, if we have it in the house, I'll drink it every day. But sweets, I feel like I just get in those times when it's okay, I've had a lot of salty stuff. We have our dinners and everything. I need a little sweet tooth, a little sweet treat.
Sweet treat.
Yeah. So I think I would give up caffeine if I really had to.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad. I understand. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I thought about it for a second and I was like, caffeine would 100%. I need the caffeine. I don't know. I get tired. I already can't sleep very well anyway. So that's where it comes to me where Shannon, if I don't look at her for 5 seconds, she's asleep on the couch.
Yeah. I have absolutely no problem if I'm tired and I decide I'm going to sleep, I'm out. Knocked. Yep.
Sleep. Okay. I like that one. That was a good one. So my would you rather is an interesting one. This is one, like I said, it's not a weird one. It's more one where you have to think. So my would you rather would be, would you rather be given $5 million right now, right here, right now, or be given for $1 per step for a full year?
For every step that I take?
100%
$1 for every step I take. I am little with short legs. I take a lot of steps.
You don't walk very often, though. You got to think. You work.
Oh, I can walk, though.
But you work in an office. When we come home here, you're not a gym rat. Not hating on you. I'm just saying you don't. It's not like you're into the physical working out or anything like that.
No, but I got to think. Obviously, yes, I do work in an office, but
so that's 8 hours. That's 8 hours right there.
It's not 8 hours that I'm sitting. I get up and use the bathroom. I get up and do a lap around the office. I get up and go to people's office if I have a question.
But do you really think so this is only for 1 year. This isn't for your whole life. So do you think you'd be able to make up to $5 million?
If I knew, yes, I'm getting $1 for every single step, we live on a 3rd-story apartment, so we take the stairs every day. That's $1 for those steps daily, however many times we take it. And then also, I would probably walk more with the knowledge, oh, I'm getting paid for my steps. So we come home, and yes, I typically sit on the couch. But I've talked to you about wanting to go around walks around the neighborhood. So I would definitely do a lot more walking. And I know whenever I was working in Home Depots, I would take over 20,000 steps a day.
Yeah, that was back then, though.
Yeah.
That was back when you were a little more young and spry.
What did you search?
So I Googled what the average steps was per a person per year.
Okay.
So the average adult takes around 2,496 and 496,235 steps per year.
So I'd be losing out on almost $3 million.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the average person. So this would be a thing where, I wouldn't work. I would be like, fuck you. I'm going to go walk on a treadmill for 8 hours today and see what the fuck happens.
That's true. That makes sense. Yeah, actually, you're right about that.
Because if you take, an average, say if you work an average job where you make $20 an hour, that's what, like $30,000, $40,000 a year, maybe a little bit less. Maybe my math's a little off. But so you could make, if you took 20,000 steps in a day, like you were talking about at Home Depot, there's, half your salary for the year right there. And that's one day.
Yeah. So let's see. What's 20,000 times 30 days per, roughly.
Yeah.
And then times 12 months, 7,200,000.
Yeah. So you would have to dedicate your life to it.
Well, not your life, your year.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Your life for the year.
Yeah.
My ass would be walking. I'd be doing everything. I would go golfing every single day, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, don't get in the golf cart. Just carry your bag.
Oh, God, I hate the walkers, though. Hot take. If you're a walker in golf, I hate you.
Oh, man, I miss playing golf. I can't wait till my wrist is strong again.
We'll get you back out there. It's just going to take time. But like I said, what'd you think of that? That
is a good one for sure.
You see, it wasn't weird. It wasn't gross or anything.
Obviously, $5 million up front, you could do a lot of things with.
Yeah.
But if you take a whole year and you make over that,
that's worth it.
I think so.
In a year, if I made $5 million or even more than $5 million in a year, we'd be set for a good while. You know what I mean?
So how often would you get the money though? Because if you take, stop working and stuff, you still got to pay rent every month and pay your bills.
Maybe it's like a daily. At
the end of the day, like 11:59, you get however much you made
deposits
that day.
In there.
Yeah.
I wonder how you could. I guess you just wear like a Whoop strap or like one of those like an Apple Watch would track it or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would go with the same one, like the year. Obviously, $5 million would be sweet, and that's just if you just don't want to put any effort in. So there's some people who are like, I don't want to walk that much, which I understand. But my ass, shit, if I can make like 10 million, 20 million, I don't think I'd be able to make 20
probably
million.
Not that much,
say 20 million steps.
More than 5 million.
Yeah, I think I could do it. I would literally go walk on the treadmill. I would go sit there for people would probably think I live there.
Yeah, probably.
But that'd be a sweet way to make a living. Just go walk, do the Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
I ran.
But we'd have to, obviously we'd have to still wake up early and go to bed late so we can get as many steps as possible in.
Yeah, but also there's some days where, say, if you like walked and you did all that and you like did more than you needed to, you can take the next day off. Still have a good amount of money in the pocket.
That's true.
Not saying I would. I'd be motivated there. I'd be like, shit. I'd be like, throw me in.
Let's get this money.
Throw me in, coach. I'm going, bro. That'd be the freaking move right there.
Yep. I agree. So I gotta tell the audience what would you choose?
Yeah.
Would you take the $5 million up front, or how many steps you think you can make in a year?
I agree. I say put it in the comments. Let us know what you think, because I think that'd be an interesting concept, because I feel like there's some people who are like, fuck that, I'm taking the $5 million now. I'm going to make my money work for me.
Right. And do speed walking.
Speed walking. I would just be on the phone listening to podcasts all day. People would probably see me walking up and down, our street every freaking day and thinking there's something wrong with me. But that would be the freaking move right there. I think I would go the same way.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously your family lives really close. We could walk to their houses every day.
My luck, I'd break my leg or some bullshit, and I'd be out. And that's the thing that would piss me off. It's probably some stupid shit would happen, get stress fractures or something like that.
You gotta be careful. Be careful.
Talking about being ripped. I bet I'd be freaking abs, and I'd be just all the calories are gone out of me. That's
no sweets and just walking.
100%. That'd be the move. Say. I need to do it. I guess this is the wake up call. They're like, you need to get your ass out there and move
for a whole year.
Oof.
That'd be tough, but yeah, let us know what you guys think. How many steps you guys think you can do?
Yeah, put in the comments. Let us know. We love to see when people, let us know our top 3 ratings and everything. You guys got to we're going to put a poll out, see who had the best top 3 as well, and which one would you choose? Definitely let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's cool when the audience just reaches back out to us and checks us out.
Yeah.
And then I got one final thing to say for this week's episode. Make sure you guys keep an eye out. I am actually going on a podcast this week. Yeah, I love whenever I can get interviewed as well. It takes a little bit of the pressure off me and go run around. But I'm going to be on the RAO podcast. You guys may have seen them on here. I've had Amp Avelli on Instagram. I've also had Mr. Jefferson, also known as Joe from the Safe House, on here as well. They reached out and gave me the opportunity to go sit on their podcast this week. So excited to go check that out. They have a pretty big following, so hopefully I can get out there and go have a good conversation with them, promote the Who Are You so more people can check us out and
very exciting things.
Grow the following here. But got other couple things coming up as well. I'm actually going to be starting a Patreon here soon as well. So make sure you guys keep an eye out on that. I'll pretty much post that stuff on social media, let everybody know where they can follow. I'm not going to gouge you guys for anything, but a couple dollars here and there, and you guys will get the episodes out.
Support.
Yeah, help us get supported a little bit. We're also going to be getting merch here created and stuff as well. I've finally been looking into that and looking to getting designs made for some merch. So
we've been tossing ideas about different segments and stuff. So.
Yeah, we're gonna add some more stuff into it. It's just just trying to grow the pod, see what else hits and what people like and what some people don't like, and make sure you guys let me know. Like I said, I have no problem with criticism. If you guys find something that you feel like is not working, let me know. Or
if you want to see something specific, let us know.
Or there's a topic. I love sitting down and getting other topics to talk about as well. It helps me, diversify the show. So make sure you guys just leave a comment, hit me up in the DMs, all that good stuff. We're always more than happy to see what people are wanting to see and what people are looking for, because we want to be entertaining and also still, put our stuff out there as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I think obviously it's been a fast year for sure.
Every year it keeps getting faster and faster.
Yeah, but we're still growing the podcast and doing what we can here, trying to get new ideas. And
it's crazy to think we're coming up on 3 years of doing the podcast now.
Yeah, it is very crazy.
What was it? I think it was it February?
I think it was around February or March for sure.
Yeah, it was the start of the podcast. So once the new year starts, we'll be getting closer to that 3-year mark, and we're almost at a year of doing video podcasting now, which is interesting.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I've enjoyed doing the video side of things. It's definitely it took a little time to learn how to edit videos, and obviously not every single one comes out perfect, but we're working on it. It's growing. We're doing our thing.
You've done well.
I'm trying to. I'd say video editing was a fucking hard thing at first. Just, you guys see the first part of the interview or first part of the podcast where it's the little guy spinning around the screen. That took me hours. And there's people on here who are digital creators, that'll take me 10 minutes. I'm like, fuck you. I didn't go to school for that. And I was like, I'm still learning on this stuff.
It's show me.
Teach me. Help me. Anything.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is money.
We got to work together here.
Yes.
But as we say every single week, y'all, we've always have a fun here. If you want to, put out the Copybera Instagram, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Copy doesn't post as often, but he's doing more stories here and there, If you want to check him out, it's Copy, COPPY _Berra, BERRA. If you want to give me a follow, it's McCrossan18, MCCROSSEN 18. Those are both Instagram, by the way.
Both Instagrams. Oh, we lost the light. The light. But make sure you guys go give her a follow. Check her out. Make sure you guys check me out as well. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod on everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. And also make sure you guys check us out on YouTube. It's going to be Who Are You Podcast. And you guys will be able to find everything on there on the video side, clips, some behind the scenes stuff. So make sure you guys give us a follow, check us out, and we will see you guys next week.